Greetings and salutations. This is another kind of recap. So I'm getting into the generator power discussion, and I'm noticing that with my 107 kpu potential generation, it doesn't affect how quick my shields regenerate. So as you see, it's climbing. It's 48, right? 48, and then 49.2. So if I hit P and then go into Gen, right? And then that's not Gen, right? And then I start turning some of these off, you'll notice that it doesn't really affect 56, should be 72. See, it doesn't affect how quick that generator generates. And this is kind of my earlier video about power, how so like how they added weights and volumes in CPU. They need to do power. The more power you have on something, the quicker shield regeneration works, and the more um, the more your lasers mine, and the more they collect. Right, the longer they have longer beams, and they will collect more volume based off of the power generation. But I can't tell a difference. I can't tell a difference between having the more generators. It's basically, it just ties into. Let me see if I just activate everything. It just ties into. Let's see. It doesn't speed up per se, or it doesn't increase in volume. I don't get a bigger tick. Like instead of being 1.3, it should be like 1.8, 1.9, and scale accordingly based off the generator. There's a bunch of stuff that just need to be Excel spreadsheeted, to where like the thruster and the CPU need to be on a bell curve. And the same thing with the diminishing returns on certain things. Same thing with the fuel pods. Fuel needs to be reworked. The size, they need to add a larger size, because like this thing, to fill these fuel tanks up, I need 500 fusion cells. So there needs to be a little larger, because they've added the persistent galaxy. They need to go back and kind of rework, or it's my recommendation that you go back and revisit fuel capacity, because there's so much more traveling. Yesterday, I probably traveled. Maybe 1,000 light years. Just me and my buddy wanted to go raid some POIs, and then he wanted to go to the trader zone and do faction. So it's nothing. And see the laser right here. Got all my turrets on, and I'm not hitting this. This asteroid, and this is a Class 8 ship. I mean, I'm on an official server, and because I have so much power to this, and the way that the scope is, I should be able to mine this, right? I should be able to mine the visual appearances there, and that power should scale it correctly. So I got to get right up on it. Basically, if I hit V, I got to get right up on it. And then another recommendation, I've talked about this in a couple other videos. Another recommendation, and it's only pulling 6, right? 6, 5. With 100 kilowatts of power, it should just be like, it should be pulling 25, 50, 55, because I've paid that back expense on crafting all these generators. So the power output should be exponential. It should be like a ratio. For every 10 kilowatts of power you pull, I know this is work. I know this is work. But I think this would improve gameplay significantly, and add significantly more depth in the immersion, and then also drive that creative mode, which keeps people locked in. But thanks for watching. This is only a recommendation. I'm not telling folks how to make their game. It's just kind of a perspective, and all feedback is welcome. Thank you for watching.